this video, we're going to talk about for loops. And a for loop is a structure in all programming languages that allows the programmer to execute a certain code for a certain number of times, 5 times, 10 times, 15 times, whatever he wants. Okay, now the way that we're going to illustrate it is by using an LED to flash an SOS signal. Now, I think most people are familiar with SOS. SOS is kind of an international signal for distress. They used to use it in ships, perhaps they still do. In Morse code, SOS is 3 dots, 3 dashes, and 3 dots. But it's sometimes implemented on ships with flashes of light, and that would be 3 quick flashes, 3 longer flashes, followed by 3 quick flashes. So what we're going to do is to implement this using an LED. And this is just the same simple circuit that we've used time and time again. We've got the LED connected to digital port 3. We've got the resistor. The resistor is connected to the ground. Okay, now, whoops. What we want to do is to write the code. Okay, so we're going to, first of all, set up port 3 to be an output port. Okay, now, in the loop part, we want to first execute the 3 short flashes. So let's put a comment here. We'll say 3 short flashes. And we'll use a for loop to implement this. So to do that, you start out with the word for, and you have open parentheses, and now you need a loop control variable. Many times in for loops, it's N or I or J. It doesn't have to be that, but it's just kind of a convention. So let's start with N. So it's a variable, so I'm going to declare it int. It's an integer. And now, in this parentheses, you have to do 3 things. You have to initiate your loop control variable to some value. Then you have to follow that by a Boolean expression that will be true as long as the loop executes. And the third thing is you've got to increment that loop control variable, bump it up by 1. Okay, so I'm going to start out by initializing my N, my loop control variable, to 0. You put a semicolon after that. In essence, what follows is another statement. Okay, then I'm going to give the Boolean expression. N is less than 3. Okay, so as long as that is true, the loop will continue to execute. So if you think about it, the first time through the loop, N is going to be 0. Next time through 1, the next time through 2, and then the next time it becomes 3, and at that point the loop won't execute anymore because N is no longer less than 3. Okay, we bump it up by 1. Now the shorthand way of doing that is just saying N plus plus. N plus plus is the shorthand way of saying increase the value of N by 1. All right, now what I want to do is to turn on the LED and then give the appropriate delay for a short flash. So I'm going to have open braces because I want to do two things in this loop. I want to first type digital rate 3, comma I. I'm going to turn on the LED. Then I want to delay, and I'm going to do this for a half a second. So I'm going to put 500 seconds in there, or 500 milliseconds. Then I'm going to turn off the LED. And I'm going to have another delay of 500. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to close the brace here, and that's the for loop. And this code will execute 3 times, which means that the loop of the LED is going to flash 3 times, each time with a 500 millisecond or a half-second delay between each flash. All right, now I want to put in a 1-second delay. And now I want my 3 long flashes. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this code and copy it and paste it. Okay, now the only thing I want to change in here is the delay. Notice I can keep that same loop control variable. I could change it to something else if I wanted to, but not really necessary. Okay, and then 3 short flashes again. Okay, and we don't have to make any modifications at all to this one. Okay, double up on that 3 there. Okay, so just to go over this briefly again, the for loop is for executing code any number of times, in this case 3. You start out with the word for, you have an open parentheses, you need a loop control variable, and you have to declare it as an integer. You initialize it, in this case we're initializing it to 0. Then the Boolean expression under which that loop will continue to execute as long as this is true. And then another semicolon, and then a method of bumping up that loop control variable, and n++ is the shorthand way of doing that. Okay, let's try it out. Here's the 3 short flashes, long flashes, and the short flashes. 2-second delay, whoops. I guess I put a, let me just check that again here. Oh yeah, I wanted to actually put another delay after the whole thing was over of 2 seconds. Not that that's particularly important, but just make it look a little bit better. All right, 3 short flashes, 3 long flashes, 3 short flashes, delay, and now we start all over again. Okay.